Alright, everybody, welcome to tonight's running for the Midnight Racer League Cup Series. Garrett Jenkins up here in the booth bringing you coverage for tonight right now. Simon Lenmark, top of the board. Colt Ward, Adam Smallwood, Andrew Lott, Skinny Real, your top five. Some drivers still making qualifying times right now. One of them, Corey Wright. $60 laps. Ain't going to be a long one. Ain't going to be a short one. About right there in the middle. We're going to see how it works out. Corey Wright off of turn number 3. Survey says the first lap. Alright, this is actually this is the first lap. My mistake. Still to qualify, Juan Carlos Jr., Ryan Seabolt, Landon Velicky, Kevin Stern, Christopher Logan, Justin Millicar, and he is back. Trevor Azernoth, back from suspension, is in the show tonight. I'm going to try to get back to his winning ways. Right off of turn number 3. This time it should go up. 53.630. 18th quickest. Right now, Lenmark, Colt Ward, Adam Smallwood, Andrew Lott, Skinny Real, Brian Conover, Bryce Moore, Kevin Allen, Dylan Fink, Brent Garber, your top 10. Right. Second lap, 362, good enough to move up to 14th. For Corey Wright, Kevin Sterner. On track. Well, Sterner will be, this will be his first lap. Starter's first lap, 19th quickest with a 53.700. Seabolt, Cobbs Jr., Velicky, Logan, Millicar, and Azernoth still to come. Oh, and Sterner off the wall, and actually 25 seconds remaining in qualifying. That'll be it. So Simon Lenmark on the pole for tonight. Alright, well, that being said, 60 laps on deck for tonight. We're going to roll through the starting lineup. Simon Lenmark, Colt Ward starting on the front row. Isaac Smallwood, Andrew Lott's row 2. Kenny Real, Bryce Conover will be row 3. Row 4, Bryce Moore, Kevin Allen. Dylan Fink and Brent Garber will be your top 10. Jay Stenson, Corbin Hines. The fast 12, all for about Edward Kimball, Corey Wright, 13th to 14th. Nicholas Alozia and Mike Audrey will roll off from 15th to 16th. Robbie Adams, Scott Rooney, row number 9. Kevin Sterner, John Border, row 10. That'll round out the top 20. Skylar Harrell, Justin Raymond, row 11. Laura Gladwell, Diego Burrell, row 12. Landon Velicky and Trevor Asrodoff, Jack Shack Zone, rolls off deep in the field. Another Jack Shack entry for tonight. Justin Millicar rolls off next to Wancos Jr. Chris Logan, Ryan Seabolt, row 15. And that'll round out the field for tonight. Another Jack Shack notaries. Scott Rooney in the field tonight. And Kenny Reel as well in the field. So field getting ready for the start. Well, points coming into tonight. We're going to try to get the leaderboard posted here next week. Top 16 or top 12 coming into tonight. Kenny Reel, Corbin Hines, Brent Garber, Simon Lindmark, Dylan Fink, your top 5. John Border, Colt Ward, Scott Rooney, DJ Stagner, Juan Collins Jr., Adam Smallwood, Justin Raymond. Right now are the 12 chase drivers. The 16, Robbie Adams, Ryan Seabolt, Kevin Allen, and Drew Drummond, who I do not believe is here tonight. We're still early in the season, but 9 points separates Robbie Adams from Justin Raymond. So, round 3, I understand. Next week we'll be going to Phoenix for 120 laps. Followed by New Atlanta, and Sonoma. That'll round out the first 6 weeks. We're rolling for Pocono. Simon Lindmark leads lap 1. Right now, as Adam Smallwood looks to the outside the racetrack, Colt Ward settles back to third. Gabriel Ford and Andrew lost the top 5 as the field 2x2 further deep in the field. That's your runner 15th, 16th spot. Right now, oh, Kenny Real off the wall a little bit. A couple other drivers hard off the wall further back. Making the field scatter just a little bit. One driver all the way from the top to the very bottom, really deep in the field. 26 drivers took the green flag. 27, no car seatbelt, one car did not. And right now, Kenny Real looks to the inside. Thought about looking to the inside of Colton Ward. Feel worse down the back straightaway. Bryce Moore right now side by side with Corbin Hines. No mistake, Dylan Fink was side by side with Hines. Now they work off of turn number 3. Down the back straightaway, giving a limb mark again. Skylar Harrell, fastest lap of the race, even though he runs in 22nd. With a 53.245. Well, right now, look back, this is actually Trevor Addernoff trying to make his way through the field. Addernoff right now up to 18th. Well, back from suspension has a new lease on life. And Addernoff right now, again, running in the 18th spot. Of course, face the suspension that has been on a steady climb since the start. Him and Landon Velicky both. Velicky, as a matter of fact, is up 8 along with Addernoff. Right now, they're the biggest movers in the field so far. Right now, everybody's chasing Simon Lindmark. Right now, Smallwood, Ward, Kenny Real, and Brian Canova right now in the top 5. Right now, field single file out for the most part. 6 down, 7 in the books. Or 6 in the books, working lap 7 now. Right now, fastest 5 laps now, fastest lap. Give it Trevor Addernoff 53 and 118. Velicky, Harold, Isaac Smallwood, Andrew Lotz. Right now, the 5 fastest drivers through this early portion. That's fine and dandy. We'll see the fastest 5 on the 5 lap average. I think tells us a different story. Corey Wright, Velicky, Bryce Moore, Dylan Fink, Brian Canova. Them are your fastest 5 for 5. Andrew Lotz. Right now, this is the battle. Battle for the 9th spot. Trying to get under Corey Wright, right off the wall just a little bit. It's going to allow Lotz to stay right there on the inside. Brent Garber trying to make something happen as well. Andrew's going to blend right back in line. Jay Stinson now actually does take over the top 10 spot. Right now, there you see it. Pretty solid run so far for the number 98 machine. About as low as 13th, but right now set out inside the top 10. We'll try and get another Bryant got over here. Gonna get a big run down the back straight away. Gonna look to the inside. Driver's bouncing off the wall hard. Nicholas Alozzi even harder off the wall, further in the back. Not Alozzi, matter of fact, Robbie Adams. Same team. You can see the damage done to that number 8 machine. Well, folks, 10 laps in. I hate to do it, but we're going to take our first little step away here. You're watching the MRL Cup Series live from Pocono. We'll be right back. Alright, back live from Pocono. Robbie Adams, Diego Burrell have came together. John Border involved in it as well. Let's see what happened. Robbie had just smacked the wall prior to it. Oh my goodness. Border. Good God almighty, where is back? Morrell, you see how he gets involved in this. Right back with Robbie Adams like the damn the thing just breaks. I just look here. Now he gets on that scene, gets it a little bit loose, and then immediately snaps back when he tries to correct it. And Border, I mean, completely kills him. Back on board, ride with Border on this. Diego Burrell's on board with this. He just downshifts, gets on the apron, real bumpy down there, and just goes for a little slide. No harm, no foul. everybody in this time. That small one wins the race off of pit road. Kenny Real, Colt War, Skylar Harold, Dylan Fink. Top 5. Simon Lindmart loses 5 positions under this pit cycle. We'll re-rack it one more time. Smallwood, Kenny Real, Colton Ward, Skylar Harold, Dylan Fink, your top 5. Lindmart Hines, Bryce Moore, Corey Wright, and Jay Stinson, the top 10. Alright, pace car in this time. Smallwood, Kenny Real, Ward, Harold Fink, the top 5. Bat rolling. Now back straight away, scattering in the back. No harm, no foul. 3 wide, entering the zone. Turn into Astronaut. Trevor Astronaut up and into the wall. And that is not how the return was supposed to go. Well, can get a roll bar look. Yeah, wheel. It's hard to say if the wheel's actually off or not. Of course, none of my cameras are that good. There's definitely some damage to it. Go back and see what happened. Right, over, but they were 3 wide. And of course, entering 3. Well, actually, something else happens off of 1. Okay, so the 023 comes off the wall. Scott Rooney. Conover's going to take it 3. Just out of Astronaut, and that's all she wrote. So, actually, damage might not be that bad to the 89. But regardless, there's definitely damage done to Trevor Astronaut's Jack Shack machine. Gordon Gladwell back in the pits along with Diego MRL, Christopher Logan, Scott Rooney, Trevor Astronaut. Well, driver's already taking repairs tonight. Kevin Sterner's took 1:59. Raymond Chris Logan, 1.5 minutes and 8 seconds. We'll get a re-update here in a minute on that because I'm pretty sure that list is going to be a little bit bigger. Trevor Astronaut still taking a pit. Scott Rooney down and away. Three Racket, Alex Smallwood, Simon Lindmark, Kenny Real, Colt Ward, Dylan Fink in the top 5. Harold Lotz, Hines, Bryce Moore, Corey Wright, your top 10. Robbie Adams done for the night. John Border done for the night. We're rolling again from Pocono. 43 laps to go. Right now, Smallwood's going to lead back into turn number 3. How about Dylan Fink? New colors tonight for the 52. Up to the 3rd spot. Ward slid back to the 4th spot. Kenny Reelhounds on to the top 5. Corbin Hines trying to make something happen. One car off the wall. Skylar Harold. No harm, no foul. Field scattering further back. Right now, Algernon trying to make himself back up through the field. Right now, 21st side by side for the 5th spot rather. Corbin Hines does get around Skylar Harold this time. Corey Wright's going to blend in front of Lots. That'll be for the 9th spot. Smallwood opens up. About 3/10 of a second lead. 40 to go this time. For the lead. Dylan Fink all over the back of Simon Lindmark. Down the back straight away to the outside. They're going to enter tunnel turns side by side. Nope. Smallwood will concede it, fall back in line. Dylan Fink up to the top spot. Right now, Dylan Fink been the lowest night so far tonight. As high as 2nd. That's about to change as he exits off of turn number 3. Scott Rooney, meatball flag to the 023 machine. That is one of them that's probably made contact with the wall a little bit. No. Something just goes and miss underneath that 023 fireball machine. Regardless of the fact, whatever the situation is, it'll be night done for Scott Rooney. Caution. Well, unsure if this was because of Scott Rooney or whatever the deal may be. I really don't see where he's been in contact with anything though. It's right on board with him. Something dropped. You can hear it ever so slightly. Get right on board and see why the caution light would be out. Right on board. forward Alosia. Oh, that's why. Okay, so Bryce Moore. Alright, yeah, now it makes sense for the caution to be out. Don't turn 3 wide again. This time Brent Garber and Moore come together. Lozia gets it to the wall. Garber saves it. Moore saves it. Lozia saves it because of the wall. And that is why we're in the caution. Okay. Well, Dylan Fink's going to stay out under this caution. Smallwood and everybody else will come down pit lane. Simon Lenmart wins the race off pit road. Smallwood, Hines, Velke, Corey Wright. Top 5 off the pit road. Well, folks, this time we are going to take a quick step away so I can take something real quick. You're watching the MRL Cup Series live from Pocono. We'll be back before the restart. That live for the restart. Fink's going to lead them down in turn number 1. 3 wide on the bottom. Entering turn 1. They're going to make it back to 2, maybe. But over now, going to try to slap back a little bit. Old tires versus new tires. right now. Matter of fact, Fink, Gabbard, and Conover all stayed out under this caution. Dylan Fink set, seven, and gone for the moment. Just under a second lead. 35 to go, almost halfway. Oh, Conover hard off the wall. Meantime, these guys are smacking that wall out of turn 3. No wonder half the field ain't got a meatball already. 24 drivers left in it. Well, third to go. Dylan Fink's led 7 laps so far. Lap leaders as of right now, 3 different leaders. Lindmark led 13, right now runs second. Smallwoods led 8. Dylan Fink right now working on leading 8 laps. Right now, field scattering big down the back straight away again. Guys bouncing off the wall, everybody's diving it. Like I said, it's one either A, the field ain't got a half the field ain't got a meatball yet, and or B, it's one that ain't right big off of that turn number 3 exit. Right now, here's the horse nest. That's Smallwood trying to make his way back up through the field. Well, right now, Brent Garber down to the bottom of the racetrack. They're going to sort it out back to 2 wide for the moment. Garber right now in that 8th spot, having a solid run. Quarter driver up the 58 machine. Still a lot of shuffling going on around. Kenny Real just trying to avoid trouble. Right now, the yellow car way off. Smacks the outside wall again. Right now, Dylan Fink has opened up to a 2 just about a 3-second lead over now Corey Wright in second. Stinson, Lindmark, Conover still the top 5. Hines, Gabbard, Mike Aldridge, Raymond, and Smallwood your top 10. Right now, Colt Ward, one of them, trying to make his way back up to the field. Landon Veliky as well. He's right now 15th. 15th and 16th for Veliky and Ward. I'm sure they love to get out of this hornet's nest. Trevor Avennoff back there in 10th or 20th as well. Right now, Smallwood, Edward Kimball, batting for the 4th spot. Really battles all over the place from 5th all the way back to 12th. And the commentary ain't the usual energetic type of feel that I normally bring, trying to save my voice for the rest of the weekend. Still hoping to try to do MMS tomorrow night. We'll worry about that tomorrow. Kenny Real gets around Simon Lindmark for the 5th spot. Lindmark's going to fall back in line right behind Corbin Hines. Right now, that gap now 5 seconds with 26 laps to go for Dylan Fink, who has the fast lap of the race at a 52.926. And then now, folks, with that being said, we'll take yet another break in the action. You're watching the MRL Cup Series live from Pocono. Be right back. 20 laps to go now for Dylan Fink. Jay Stinson up to second, right. Cut over Kenny Real, still top 5. Right now, Lynn Martin, Adam Smallwood, Mike Audrey, Brent Garber, Justin Raymond, your top 10. Right now, they got 5.1 seconds. We're going to focus in still around these little miniature battles that are starting to fizzle on out. Right now, Garber all over Mike Audrey for the 8th spot. Smallwood trying to get around Simon Lindmark. Well, right now, Audie Ashley right in that 6th spot. More to 5th spot is now Kenny Real falls back into the clutches of Lindmark and Isaac Smallwood. Right now they're chasing this man, Dylan Fink, who was on a 30-lap run on these tires. I am surprised he's able to get out to a 5-second lead and actually maintain it. 11-lap difference in tires. Well, 5.5 seconds, so it's growing. Fastest 5 for 5. Dylan Fink with the fastest with a 53.42. Stanson Wright, Brent Garber, Corbin Hines. Back in 11th, Brent Garber 8th. Other than that, top 3 are your fastest 5 for 5. The fastest last lap, and there you see it. 2/10 quicker. He's about to put Aloysia, about to put Nicholas Aloysia a lap down. Of course, that car probably hurt from contact earlier. Lap leaders, Fink, Lindmark, and Smallwood. $15 to go. Drivers have had a rough night tonight so far. Now there's the updated list. Kevin Sterner's made. Just north of 2.5 minutes of damage. Raymond Astronaut had a minute 11. Lozia a minute. Drivers have had to repair that car in some way, shape, or form tonight. Right now, Scott Rooney, Robbie Adams, John Border done for the night. That has been a very quiet night for Colt Ward. Running in the 13th spot, qualified up at the front. However, since that first pit stop, it has not gone Ward's way at all. Biggest move in the droppers from where they started. Dylan Fink up 8 spots. Stinson up 9. Corey Wright up 11. Justin Raymond up 13 from where he started this event. The biggest droppers right now, Andrew Lotz. 17 laps or 17 positions. Conover 12. Bryce Moore 9. Lozia 7, Scott Rooney 7, Robbie Adams 10. Been a difficult night for some drivers. Some drivers coming in. Brent Garber in. Kevin Allen in. Dylan Fink came in this time. But that was 11 lap difference, so now we're going to wait and see. Is 11 laps going to be enough for Jay Stinson? Chris Logan, black flag. More likely too fast exiting on the 70 machine. All right, Stinson in. Corey Wright's going to stay out this time. 9 to go for Corey Wright. He'll stay out again. He might be taking a gamble. I don't think he's going to have enough, to be honest with you. There's a 29-lap run. I don't think Corey's going to have enough. Either that or he's banking on a caution. Ryan's going to stay out another lap. 7 to go. Kevin Sterner back in, or in the pits now, making his pit stop. Right now, if you're Simon Lindmark, do you know if you're wondering, can you make it? Is Corey Wright going to be able to make it? You got Smallwood right behind you. Strategy's definitely going to be playing a pivotal moment in this. No, Corey Wright's in along with Alozia. Couldn't do it. Smallwood's going to stay out. Mike Aubrey, however, is in. Audrey, sorry. 5 to go for Lindmark and Smallwood. Skylar Harrell in this time as well. Well, Smallwood and Lindmark stay out again. Everett Kimmel in. This will be from 6th. Come on down and away. Raymond's in this time. This will be for the 7th spot. 4 laps to go, make it 3. Colt Ward back up to 3rd. Hines, Gabriel, your top 5. Avernoth up to 6th. Bryce Moore, Dylan Fink, Corey Wright ought to be the top 10. Two to go. Can Landmark or Smallwood make it? About to find out. Can't get a look at Landmark's telemetry here. Right now, half off. Well, it runs out, it runs out. White flag. 1 lap to go for Simon Landmark at Isaac Smallwood. Smallwood way up the racetrack. Going to try to build a run off of number 1. Down the tunnel turn. Gets right there to him. 900's there. Not able to get there yet. Smallwood's going to have one more shot at it. He's going to look to the outside. And he's going to run out of time. Simon Landmark is a winner in Pocono. As Smallwood, Colton Ward, Corbin Hines, Kenny Real should be in the top 5. For Simon Landmark, he'll be going to Victory Lane in Pocono. Ward, man. Ward's going to junk him. Going to get Diego Burrell in the process. Well, thanks Smallwood ran out of gas. Coming around, Colton Ward's going to celebrate it. Right now, wait for interviews to start. See if you can't get where with Simon Landmark. Simon Landmark, Garrett Jenkins up here, broadcast booth. Got a copy, buddy.
I sure do.
Well, fuel was as big of a fuel strategy race as what I was thinking it was going to be, or really what?
100%
Well, well, tell
the
me.
whole time.
Well, you went 30, 34, 35 laps by a foul. Look at my data here. 37 laps on a tank of fuel. At what point did you know you'll be able to make it?
That last caution there. I was I knew I was going to be able to make it because I was exactly even with how many laps there were in the tank and how many laps there were in the race, and I'm pretty good at saving fuel. I feel confident enough at saving fuel at almost any track, and not lose too much speed. So I knew that I would at least break even, but we ended up being able to save a lap and a half of fuel actually, a little bit more. But then Isaac and I started racing there at the end, so I about lost a lap of fuel. But um, I knew that it was just going to be a race between me, Isaac, Hunty, and my other teammates that pitted behind me once the other guy stayed out there, lap 35. But I only knew it was going to be a race if it stayed green. And we took a big gamble because they've been cautions in the back all night. So we took a big gamble with the fuel saving, and it paid off.
Buddy, it paid off in a big way. Was there at a time you were worried about Corey Wright and Dylan? Well, Dylan Fink stayed out under the last caution, but were you worried that some guys in front of you at the time could probably go to distance, and was that going to affect the strategy if that scenario has played out?
Uh, Not I wasn't really worried about Dylan for sure. The only one I was questioning was Corey Wright. But I figured he wouldn't be good because he had pulled like a 5, 6, 7 gap on us. So yeah, I mean, really, it was just working together with Isaac there. And then at the end, when we knew it was just us two, we pushed each other a little bit, and can't really do much of dirty air. And I think I really only gave him dirty air one time, and then I'm just not confident running the middle or high lane, so I went back to the low lane, and it was a close race to the finish.
Buddy, a hell of a job nonetheless. Last question I got before I let you head out of here. There anybody want to thank friends, family, sponsors, etc.? The floor is yours.
I just want to thank my teammates. We got the 91, the 31, the 19, the 18, who doesn't isn't dressed in an Airlane car, but he's Airlane in our hearts. Love you, Hunty. And I don't think I. Oh, hang on, I do have a belt right here. I want to thank this belt because we spanked the competition tonight. So
Well, buddy, a hell of a job. Took the field to the woodshed. Simon Lindmark will come home a winner from Pocono. Appreciate your time, buddy. A hell of a job.
thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Isaac Smallwood, Garrett Jenkins up here, broadcast booth. Got a copy, buddy.
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
Well, the questions that I have for you. Could you have made the move, or was it not knowing that we might not make it back, or was it more the dirty air that played a role with trying to make the pass for the win? Take us through them last 10 laps.
Yeah, honestly, I was just trying to save fuel. Simon, he saved just a little bit more fuel than I did. I was pretty well right on the money. I think I was like 2 or 3 tenths to the good there, all the way to the end from like lap, you know, 25, 25 laps left. Like, it was so close, so I just kind of had to ride, and hopefully I didn't get ran over from people behind, not saving the fuel. And whenever everybody got settled in, we passed some cars, got back out front of the pack, pulled away. We were able to save just a little bit of extra fuel, and there towards the end, I tried to make it a little interesting there. I just couldn't do nothing with the dirty air, and coming out of 3 and 4 or 5 and 6, whatever turner it is. I could have sent it there into the tunnel turn, but it probably would have wrecked us both, and we probably wouldn't be here on the podium. So, yeah,
Well, buddy, hell of a job. I won't keep you very long here. No, all of us probably ready to hit the hay, but last question I got before I let you head out of here. Anybody want to thank friends, family, sponsors, etc.? The floor is yours.
yeah. I'd just like to thank everybody at Team Aero Lane. It's first season running with these guys, and it's been a long time coming. We kind of pick our brains and try to help each other out with strategies, and it helped us out tonight with strategy and everything. And you putting on this broadcast, I like to go back and watch it, and Gordon and Justin and all the admins for giving us the place to race.
All right, buddy. Isaac Smallwood will come home second tonight. The strategy game does not go in 19's favor. Nonetheless, hell of a job tonight, buddy.
Thank you.
Colton Ward, Garrett James up here, broadcast booth. Got a copy, buddy?
Hello.
Well, went a whole lot better the second race than what the first race did.
Yes, it did.
Take me through the night for Colton Ward. For a second there, I thought you were out of it. Ran 13th the majority of the last half of this race. I thought, well, I guess the setup ain't what he thought it was going to be on the 18. Nonetheless, shame on me for doubting you. Come home third tonight. Take me through the night.
Yeah, I accidentally took tires, so I came out kind of in mid-pack, and then, we all just said we're gonna save some fuel, so we just started letting off earlier in the turns for that whole run, and, got a third. Had about 0.7 left in the tank.
Well, buddy, barely had enough to get back around, but take me through the night. How difficult was it just to try to make track position? And really, riddle me this. How the hell does it have to feel to not have a meatball after smacking the wall off of turn 3 over and over tonight?
I don't know. But, track position or passing cars, I didn't really get to feel that because we were always just in fuel saving mode that whole time. So, yeah. I never was actually going as hard as I could.
Well, buddy, it's a hell of a job nonetheless. Last question I got for let you head out of here. Anybody want to thank friends, family, sponsors, etc.? The floor is yours.
Just thank Simon, Isaac, Corbin, and Andrew for teaming up there to save some fuel.
Well, a hell of a job nonetheless tonight. For Colt Ward, he will come home third tonight. Appreciate your time, buddy. A hell of a job.
Thank you.
Yep. Last but not least, Landon Veliky, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. Got a copy, buddy?
Yeah.
Well, let me see here. I'm waiting for the running order to update. Let's see.
Yeah, I was
16.
so far back there you can't even find it.
No, this new ticker. I love the guy that made it. It's an awesome ticker, but I'm still getting used to it. You'll walk out of here tonight finishing 16th. Take me through the night for Landon Veliky. How difficult was it just to try to make up the track position to try to get up there in the running?
I mean, I was making up track position just fine when we were actually racing for the first 20 laps, and it didn't turn into a fuel race for the last 40. That was, that was enjoyable. And sorry, I'm not a fan of this track. I mean, well, I am, but at the same time, I'm not. It's just a weird little.
It's a weird track. No turn 4.
It's a weird one. Right, yeah.
No turn 4. Yeah. What
But,
turn 4?
It's fun, but like this is the thing. The track position was, I don't know where I started, 25th.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And I got all the way up to top
7th.
10.
7th, as a matter of fact. We're looking at my new little graph overlay that I have. Highest of 7th, lowest of 25th.
Yeah. So, like that it wasn't that hard.
Well,
But the problem was, like I said, the racing or the fuel taking, and I was just fine, But I had it really, I was there for the cold.
headset's messing up there, buddy.
Huh?
Headset's going in and out there a little bit.
Let me do this. Hold on. 1 second.
I think he's about to switch to his phone.
Hello.
There you are. Switch to the phone, I say.
Yes, I don't know why that was going on, but anyway, yeah, I had the fuel and I was gonna make it with Colton, and honestly, I just got bored, so I pit. No. Yeah, I'm not racing for points or anything. I race for wins, and you see Colton finish 7 seconds behind them, and I was right by Colton. We didn't have a chance to win the race without a caution, so it was just I'm gonna pit and at least have some fun. And I'll tell you what, finally on lap 58 of 60, I figured out how to race the track, like effectively, consistently. I figured it out on lap 58. And I had the best battle with Edward Kimmel for 16th place that you could imagine. And that's a positive. That's a good takeaway. Trucks, I'm okay here. Like, that's okay. These cars are just odd. But, figured it out at the end, I guess. Just wish we had a caution. That was boring.
Well, buddy, last question I got before I let you head out of here tonight. Anybody want to thank friends, family, sponsors, etc.? The floor is yours.
Thanks to you for broadcasting. Justin, Gordon, Corey, Mark, all the admins. Trev's back.
Sure, it's not the finish he
Um,
wanted.
no, definitely.
No, he got six. He got six. So it could have been worse despite wrecking earlier in the race.
Right, I forgot that happened. But that's like we both went into it like, all right, we're probably not winning this race. He explicitly said it. I was thinking it. So just go out and have some fun. And I don't know if he had fun, but it was. I mean, we did in the beginning. Like I said, it was very fun for the first run, but then it didn't. Anyway, shout out Trev and Jack Shack, Scott Roney too. He's one of the really OG members of a KSR, which is what Jack Shack was before it was Jack Shack. Cool to have him running with us. Unfortunately, he didn't have a good finish, but
25th.
Yeah, he was in that wreck, and then something else happened, and it's just sucks for him. But cool to be running with Roney. I've always liked him. And everyone else like Corey and Gordon that we were running with tonight. Who else was it? I don't even remember. I'm forgetting
Kenny
somebody. Kenny Real, yeah, geez, my actual teammate. My bad. Sorry, Kenny. Yeah, Kenny too. But yeah, and then shout out Mom and Dad for tuning in as always. And it wasn't too enjoyable, but I was racing at least, and I was having some sort of fun. So that's a positive. That's always what you want to do. Go have fun.
Yeah. Well, buddy, a hell of a job tonight. Appreciate your time as always. Landon Veliky will come home 16th tonight. Appreciate your time, buddy. A hell of a job.
Oh, that sounds disgusting. I think that's the worst thing you've ever said when you've said it. Like you say, later Veliky comes home, whatever place. That's the worst one you've said yet.
I'm
That's terrible.
I'm also under the weather here, so.
No, I'm saying that's the worst finishing position you've said for me.
Oh. Yeah. I'm sure the best one was Las Vegas in the Contender Series.
Yes. That was the fun one.
That Trevor hated.
What happened to him? I don't even remember. Whatever. We'll find that out later.
Yep. Well, buddy, hell of a job tonight nonetheless.
Yeah. Appreciate you, Garrett.
Yes, sir. Final results go as followed. I'll take my sick butt to bed. I'm about to say if it works, as a matter of fact. Simon Lindmar, Alex Smallwood, Colt Ward, Corbin Hines, Kenny Rio will be your top five. Astronaut rallies back after a early race spin and into the wall to come back six. Bryce Moore, Dylan Fink, Jace Stinson, Corey Wright, Andrew Lawson, Mike Arbor, Brent Garber, Justin Raymond, Brian Conover will come home 15th. Veliky 16th. Everett Kimmel, Kevin Allen will be your top 18. On further down. Skylar Harold, 19th. Diego Burrell, Gordon Gladwell, Nicholas Alozia, Chris Logan, Kevin Starner, your top 24. Scott Rooney, John Border, and and Robbie Adams will round out the 27 car field for tonight that took the green flag. With that being said, appreciate everybody watching tonight. MMS up in the air. For tomorrow, we'll see. Until then, everybody take it easy and have a good night.